Hey guys, how's it going? Ryan here, welcome back to the channel. So in this video, I just wanted to give a bit of post-match analysis or post-match feedback on my thoughts, my feelings of the big derby game that happened over the weekend between Spartak Trnava and Slovan Bratislava. So I think what I'll do, I'll try and give some comparisons if there's any similarities between just the whole day, the football, the scene, as opposed to like an English club. So let's start with atmosphere. Atmosphere was electric. I mean, the ultras were fantastic. They marched from 3 p.m. all the way to the ground and didn't stop jumping up and down, singing and keeping the crowd energized all the way until the final whistle. So that's like 3 p.m. till 8 p.m. Now, bearing in mind the kickoff got postponed, the kickoff time got moved from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. But these guys still turned up and rocked the place. So, I mean, there's a guy there, sort of like a main, how do you say it? A choreographer? I don't know if it's a choreographer or it's, so the guy in orchestras, the composer, that's it. There's almost like a composer there. I think there's a name for it, but he's like looking at the crowd, he's not looking at the football, and he's keeping them going, and he's, you know, arms in the air, waving around, geeing everybody up, which is pretty cool. And like I said, they were non-stop. So I was sitting in the north stand, which is, I think it might still be classed as like the ultra stand, but I was in the top. So I was not like down the bottom with all the young ultras, like the headbangers. But yeah, they were savage. It was non-stop for them. So I enjoyed it. It was really entertaining. In England, I wouldn't say we've got an ultra scene like that. Might have firms and singers corners where, you know, you'll get a small group or a large group depending on the day and what match it is, and they'll keep going throughout the game, but nothing like this. So this was next level. So this was a new experience for me. Atmosphere sort of in and around the ground, I'd say on a match day, especially a derby day, it's the same. The energy, the unity, the camaraderie. If you've got football, even if you speak a different language, you've got a common ground there with people. So, and that's the beauty about football. So I'd say that's the same. We also got a nice walk around the Hall of Fame. Got to meet Martin Skirtle, all through connections. Shout out to Maros, the general manager, the fans coordinator, all these people. They made that happen. So thank you very much, Ďakujem veľmi pekne. And what else? So also on atmosphere, the pyrotechnics and the choreography. So I was right under like the choreography, the banner that came down, and it was actually 20 years of ultras. And I've never been under a banner that big. I'm pretty sure I've done a banner once or twice, but nothing like that. And I showed it in my previous video, captured it there. And I was a little bit miffed that we missed the kickoff because I was stuck underneath this, but it was an experience and I still took it. But once I'd looked back on some of the footage that was going around, I was like, yeah, that's quality. That's really, really good. I was impressed with that. But also Slovan, on the opposite side, the fans, they had Sector C. I think that's their ultra name, Sector C. They had pyrotechnics, flares going off. I think the game had to get stopped for like 5 minutes because the stadium just filled up with smoke. But yeah, so comparing that, we don't get that in the UK at all. You're not allowed pyrotechnics, you're not allowed flares. I'm pretty sure no choreography either. They just don't do it, they don't allow it. I don't know, maybe health and safety gone mad, maybe it's more relaxed here, I don't know, but I enjoyed it. It was brilliant. It was so good. And it just really G's you up, it gets you excited, it gets the crowd excited. So yeah, top points for that. I really enjoyed that. Quality of football, not great on the day. That's not taking anything away from Spartak or Slovan. I mean, Spartak have got a long history in Europa League and European football. And I mean, Slovan, they were in the Champions League last year. I mean, they got done by Man City pretty bad. But it just goes to prove the pedigree. It's there. It's just, you know, a bit of a poor performing time. And well, I'm a Coventry City supporter. We're on a very good winning streak at the minute. We're sitting at the top of the Championship. If we carry on, we're hopefully shooting for the automatic promotion places back to the Premiership where we belong. So, but we've had a long history of being unlucky and poor performances, and yeah, so I know all about it. Yeah, so football quality, not great on the day. I think it was a little bit heated because it was the derby. There was a bit of dirty football going on, and I think the ref was definitely more biased towards Slovan. That was definitely the feeling I got. But there was a few good chances, but it just seemed they were a bit disorganised sometimes on both teams. So I'm not pointing any in particular person out or any team. But yeah, I think the heat and emotion of the day took over, but it is what it is. Can you compare to English football? I don't think you can, because the English football is a lot more aggressive, it's a lot more quicker, you'll get punished quicker if you make a simple mistake. They could get you on the break and they could score a goal. Also the leagues here, the top flight league, I think it's only like 12 to 15 teams, whereas like the Premiership and like the Championship are like 30 teams or something. There's more money, there's more people, and I think that's what it boils down to really, bigger stadiums and bigger interest. But I was quite impressed because the attendance here on the weekend was 17,000, and that's quite big. So, and that was just a local derby. You imagine a European night and it could be even crazier, I think. So, quality of football, no, not as what it would be in England, but I'm not taking anything away from the teams. They can deliver on their day, I'm absolutely sure of that. So what can we talk about? Hooligans and ultras and stuff like this, yeah? It's just, I know I touched on it, but say hooligans, we don't really, it's not the 70s, 80s and 90s anymore. The stadiums are just far too heavily policed. There's loads of families and children around. I mean, there was loads of families and children on the weekend, but it's just not what it was. You might get a firm that follows the club. It's just in casual wear. It's just like terrace wear, really. You know, Adidas Sambas or Adidas Classic, stuff like this. Baseball cap, all designer stuff. But yeah, it's not. I don't think it's a thing anymore. But if it is, I might be out of touch with it. But no, it's certainly not what it is here. It's quite intimidating sometimes. I've seen a bit of a crowd of lads running around trying to chase after a van that had some Polish supporters in there. I think Slovan have a bit of a partnership with Wisla, please correct me, from Krakow. So they come and support each other on away days, etc. But what else can we talk about? I think that sort of wraps it up, guys. Yeah, I won't get into it too much. Great day. Looking forward to the away leg in February at Slovan, and just to see what sort of event and what sort of atmosphere that they can put on. But totally impressed. Definitely going to go again. Need to have a look at the fixtures, and I'll be sure to take my camera again, get some footage. But really impressed. I mean, okay, what didn't quite deliver with the football, I would say everything else sort of like exceeded expectations. So yeah, still buzzing from the weekend, really. Positive vibes. Shout out to everyone that made that day happen. And yeah, see you in the next one. Ciao.